So you're starting your driver's test. There's a couple of things to take note of before you get on the road. First thing, obviously, after the vehicle's started, you want to make sure that your side view mirrors and your rear view mirror are basically positioned for maximum visibility of the road. Also, obviously, make sure your seatbelt's buckled in, which mine already is. Let me just make this left here. On your driver's test, it's important that you stay cautious of your accelerator and your brake. You want to take it easy on both, meaning that if you come to a portion where you need to brake or a light, be smooth on the brakes. Don't do any jerky, none of this, none of that, okay? You don't want to be doing that on your driver's test. And obviously none of this. You know, this is a Mercedes, so it's not crazy quick, but you can see that, you know, something jerky like that, you don't want to scare your instructor. It's important to note the 1 car length rule when driving on the road. Basically what that means is for every 10 miles per hour you're going, you should account for 1 car length. So right now we're going approximately 25 miles per hour, and I'm approximately 2.5 to 3 car lengths from the car in front of me. That's a good rule to keep in mind. That way you're driving safely and you're also being conscious of the person in front of you. Another good tip for your driver's test is if the speed limit is 30, which it is on this road, you're gonna want to stay under the speed limit. Obviously don't speed. So right now we're going approximately 25, maybe a little quicker, 28 would be appropriate, but I wouldn't even get close to 30 just because of the fact that if you go over it, there's a chance you might get points taken off your license, you know, your license test. Now obviously signaling, you're going to want to signal at least 200 feet before you're planning on making any turns. So right now you can see I've enabled the signal. We're making a right. And we'll just cruise right in. Another important thing to take note of is that you keep your hands at the 9 and 3 position while driving. Obviously, another important skill to master would be staying in your lane, not drifting off to one side or the other side of the road. Okay, so you can see that we're stopped at the stop sign now. We're about 2 to 3 feet in front of the white line. Maybe even 5 feet is acceptable as well. Obviously, don't get any closer than that. Don't wing it and say, oh, I can get even closer, because you're going to screw it up on your driver's test. You're better off playing it safe. Now, as for making the right, since we've already stopped at the stop sign, we can creep forward. On busier roads, when you're taking your driver's test, you're better off waiting for the opportune moment. So, for example, you wouldn't go right now, right? Because that car is right there. You'd be almost cutting them off. You could probably get points taken off for that. So again, what you're going to do is you're going to just wait for your opportune moment to make the right turn, which we will do right now. Okay, so it's all clear. So now, easy on the accelerator. We're going to pull out, and we're going to continue down this road. A nice illegal U-turn. Now, when you're making a left as well, you're going to want to make sure that you do it in accordance to the lines on the road, meaning that you don't want to go in too sharp, because you could end up in the left lane over there, which is not what you want. That could also cause loss of points. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it, imagine there's a little dotted line in the road, right, and we come in perfect. Another important skill, obviously, that you need to make sure you've practiced during your permit period would be changing lanes. Now, hopefully you're not going to be in Miami traffic when you're changing lanes, like I am right now. However, it's an important skill to master, and it's important on your driver's test that you do it the correct way. Now, changing lanes consists of 3 maneuvers before you can make the turn. The first thing, obviously, is going to be having your blinker on, which we don't even count that as a step. So I'm going to put my blinker on, I'm going to look in my rear view mirror, look in my side view mirror, check my blind spot, and look, there's a car there. So it's obviously smart that I didn't just make the turn right then. So that's why it's important to check your blind spot, because that car was actually in the far left lane, and in the time it took me to check the rear view, the side view, he actually moved into my lane. So we're gonna try this again. Rear view, side view, check blind spot, make sure your blinker is on, and there you have it, a proper lane change. Another smart thing to do would be to maintain a safe distance between you and the driver in front of you. So for example, this right here is acceptable when I'm stopped, obviously, not when you're moving. Now if you're on your driver's test and you pull up like this, you know, even this close, I would say that you'll probably get a negative mark for that. I would distance yourself as much as you can from the vehicle in front of you. Again, it's always better to be safe than sorry.